Good evening and welcome to Microbrew Gamers. Tonight's episode, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to do my reactions and thoughts on the Pokemon Direct released by Nintendo earlier today. I'm also not going to really look at some of those craft beers tonight. I'm actually just going to do a quick poke at a big company's beer. So that would be Yuengling. The company Yuengling is America's oldest brewery. It started off in, I think, 1829. So been in existence for a very long time, and they're well known for their lagers. Now, a lager is a beer that's been matured at cold storage. So they're ferment process, everything is done at colder temperatures. So that's what's considered a lager. They typically range in color, but usually are more of a darker amber. Now, this traditional lager by Yuengling is a very smooth lager. It's very good. I do like it. I do drink it as kind of a, if I don't drink my craft beers, it's kind of a go-to grilling, go-to beer for a lot of occasions. This one is medium-bodied flavor, the roasted caramel malt, and some special type of hops, which is really nice. And so it has a very distinct but even flavor, so it's really nice. It's got just a tinge of sweetness to it because of the caramel malt. And it's only got 4.5% alcohol by volume, but that's nice. It's just a good, relaxing beer for just a grilly, get-together, summertime. Now, as far as, it's great with food, too. So if you want to pair it with some food, it's best paired with grilled meats, like some steak, burgers, fried food, so it's good with fried food, and spicy food. It actually tastes really good with some spicy food, so it'll tone down some of the spice. So that's just an all-around good grilling beer, good picnic day beer. So I do enjoy it. So that's what that is. That's what a lager pretty much is. Now on to Nintendo and the Pokemon Direct today. I felt a little let down Nintendo and Pokemon. It was lackluster at best. Now, as a side note, I am a big Nintendo fan, big Pokemon fan, and that's why I'm kind of hard on Nintendo in some of my videos, because I really expect a lot from them, growing up in the days of the Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Some of my most fond video game memories come from Nintendo. But as of late, they've been kind of letting us down. I mean, the Switch is great. I have it. It's a lot of fun. I've been playing the heck out of it. But they need to stop rehashing games. Now, Pokemon, so it's not that company, is releasing Pokken Tournament Deluxe on the Switch September 22nd, later this year. Now, the first Pokken Tournament is a Wii U title, and of course we know the Wii U was pretty much a failed system. It was not very popular, not very great. So they're rehashing Pokken Tournament as Pokemon Tournament Deluxe. They're adding another 5 playable Pokemon to bring up the roster to up from 16 to 21, and they're adding online ranked matches, some 3-on-3 matches, and some local play, but overall, they could have handled that with DLC. I mean, it's cool to port it over, like some popular games or some good games, over to the Switch because the Wii U was a failed system, but with the momentum you're getting from the Switch and recovering from almost the Wii U almost crushing the company, you need to bring something new out to the table. I mean, it's cool that they're getting a Pokken Tournament, but I would like to have seen a little bit more effort put in, maybe a Pokken Tournament 2, maybe? Package maybe with the rehash to the 1. That'd have been cool. And they are going to have a playable demo of the Pokken Tournament DX at E3 and an invitational tournament playing it. They'll be live streaming it at E3, which is cool. But, like I said, I would like to have seen a new game. Now, the 3DS is also getting a new pair of Pokemon games. By new, I use that term loosely. They're rehashing Sun and Moon, which came out not all that long ago, as Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon. Whoopee. They're basically adding an alternative story and some extra Pokemon to collect. They could have done that with DLC. Or, which would have really actually been kind of cool, is if they made it, add the alternate story, added more Pokemon, and released Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon on the Switch. The Switch is made for this type of stuff. I mean, the Switch needs a traditional Pokemon game. It absolutely does. That would kill it. That'd keep the momentum going. It would kill it. It'd be awesome. But they're just rehashing those two games when they're not that old on the 3DS again. Not a Sun and Moon 2. They're pretty much repackaging it with DLC. Wah, wah. And they are also releasing on September 22nd. Oh, by the way, the Ultra Sun and Moon is going to come out on November 17th later this year on the 3DS. And the Pokemon Gold and Silver will be re-released on the Virtual Console for the 3DS. There's no Virtual Console right now for the Switch, so no idea if it's ever going to come to the Switch, but it's going to be re-released, and it'll be made compatible with the Pokemon Bank and, of course, updated graphics, and that should be around September 22nd of this year. About the same time as the Pokken Tournament Deluxe. So pretty much we got 3 Pokemon games. Well, 4, but Sun and Moon are pretty much just 2 of the same. Rehashed. They're nothing new. They're just redone. So that was kind of a letdown. I was really hoping either bringing something over to the Switch or brand new titles. I mean, I own Gold and Silver on the Game Boy Color. It is cool that it's going to the Virtual Console. I already own Sun and Moon. You could have just added that extra stuff with DLC and put the effort to make either a sequel on the 3DS or just to port it over to the Switch. Yes, they could have ported over the Pokken Deluxe as well, but the Switch is both a handheld and a home console. It needs a real Pokemon. That would bring that up to the new level. I mean, and I'd also like to see a new Metroid. I'd like to see some new stuff coming out instead of just rehashing Wii U games on the system. It is getting a few new games. ARMS is a new IP. It's getting the new Mario Odyssey, and that looks to be pretty much today's graphics, today's power, and bringing Mario into kind of like a modern-day city. It looks like it to be kind of a Mario 64 gameplay. It looks to be really cool. I'm looking forward to that one at least, but I really hope Nintendo doesn't just fill up the library with rehashed games. I mean, it's cool to remake some of the old ones that were really popular, but you can't do that instead of release new games and be successful. People will start getting tired real quick. They gotten lucky so far betting on nostalgia and people's love of the old games, but it's starting to wear thin, Nintendo. Come on. We need to do something new here. Pokemon U2, you can't just keep making the same few titles, add a few extra things like DLC or extra few Pokemon, and call it a new game, or add something to the title and re-release it again. Eventually people are going to be like, it's just the same damn game. So I was a little disappointed. They said, they've got big news. I was kind of really getting hyped up, and it just was kind of a letdown. So it's been lackluster. I really hope that Nintendo does a lot better, and all the companies associated with Nintendo do a lot better at E3. I mean, behind Sony, who got the largest floor showing at E3, the second largest is Nintendo, followed by Microsoft as far as video game companies. And so I'm really hoping that Nintendo has something big, because that's a lot of floor showing, a lot of show floor, and they usually release their big news traditionally before E3. A lot of times they'll leak it before and then do their E3 stuff, but pickings have been slim. So let's see how that goes, and hopefully Nintendo's going to kind of learn from past mistakes for once and actually get to start making some new games or sequels instead of just remaking the Wii U library on the Switch. Just a thought, Nintendo. And also, while we're at it, I am excited for the new 2DS XL, but Japan's getting a slime, a Dragon Quest Slime Special Edition. Can we get something? Special Edition? Anything? I mean, Nintendo handhelds sell really big here. It's not like a Sony Vita that unfortunately failed the market here. Can we get a special edition, please? All right, thanks for watching. I'm going to include in the information below a link to the Nintendo's Pokemon Direct from today. And once again, please like and subscribe if you liked it. Leave a comment below. That's always encouraged. Constructive criticism, whether you liked, didn't like it. And hope to see you again soon. Have a good night.